Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Super Saturday Health Talk. Thank you. Welcome to Super Saturday Health Talk. This is Saturday morning. The time is 8:38 in Chicago, Illinois. Welcome to Super Saturday's Health Talk, where I deal with and I talk about losing weight and getting healthier. Welcome to the show. This is Joseph Brownlee, Body of Christ, Real Talk. Welcome to 15 minutes of an irrelevant, important topic, dealing with the physical. Welcome to the show. Today, folks, is my weigh-in day. Now, I usually weigh myself in the evening time. I know the best time to weigh yourself, traditionally wise, is in the morning. Sometimes I do that, but it depends on my activity. And the reason I go this way, because the lifestyle diet that I am on, which is a no-meat diet, or called a carnivore diet, all meat eating diet with no carbs, is basically I average about say 10 meals per week. Just 2 meals per day, 2 decent meals per day, and then I fast the majority of the time, 17 hours up to 20 hours of fasting. That's the regimen that I eat. I can do that now because I get very satiated or get very full fast, so I don't have an appetite to eat as much. My food is very basic. I don't have an appetite for sugars or anything like that. I have a sweet tooth, but it's not for sugar. I use certain sweeteners, which I'm eliminating slowly but surely through my beverages, but that's another story. So basically, what I do, on Saturdays, I eat 1 meal on Saturdays, and I eat 1 meal on Sundays. That leaves, within 7 days, 12 meals. In a 7-day period, I average out about 12 meals. Try to make it as decent as I can. But lately, I find myself, I can't even eat. I eat about 6 eggs per day, or maybe even 8 eggs a day, large boiled eggs. And I try to get the pasteurized, the healthy eggs that I do. Now, there's nothing wrong with the white eggs, but you get the more nutrition and omegas and the other stuff out of the real good, decent eggs. And I'm going to get into, why it's important to get those type of eggs if you can afford them. But if not, go ahead and get the white eggs. They still do the trick. Not as good, though. So I use a lot of pasteurized eggs and stuff like that, the outdoor chicken eggs and everything, brown eggs and the more healthier eggs, more nutrition, more good omegas in those eggs. So I for the last few weeks been eating a lot of eggs. I love eggs. That's become one of my favorite foods is eggs. So I eat eggs in different ways and stuff like that. So if you want to use an acronym, I'm more like the beef, egg, butter, chicken person. But the chicken, I don't get the kick out of chicken no more. And I'm gonna give you an update. Remember the last Super Saturday, I said I was gonna try fried chicken with pork ribs or pork ribs. That's crunched up, as we used to call them back in the day in the 70s and 80s, skins. They're called pork ribs today. Name changed like a lot of other things. And I'm gonna give you an update. How did that come out? I made some fried thighs yesterday, fried chicken thighs laced with butter, salt and pepper, and a little seasoned salt. And I put the pork ribs, crunched up, real grinded well pork ribs on that. And I put it in the air fryer, cooked it in the air fryer and everything. And I'm going to give you the results because my mouth is getting watery to finally take some fried food again, but healthy fried foods with no carbs. I don't worry about the calories. I'm a carb counter, but I don't worry about calories. Calories is not the issue. The carbs is the issue when it comes to the diet that I'm on. So I tried that yesterday, and I'm going to talk about that maybe in another episode. How did it taste, and what do I feel about it? Or will I continue to eat fried food that way using pork ribs? So I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to tell you what happened with that. But anyway, on this Saturday, I want to get in. I'm going to do my weigh-in maybe this evening, Lord's willing, after I work out, because I have a new exercise weightlifting equipment coming in, something real lightweight equipment, resistant bands, and I got a vibrator plate. I don't even know how that works, but it's supposed to circulate your blood and stuff like that. I seen it on television, on YouTube, so I thought I'd get me one. I got one for a pretty good, reasonable price, and so I'm going to break that down and try to use it and put it in my restroom and use it today. Not probably every day, but I'm going to see how it works for and everything. So I got a few things that I got in to help me out on my weight loss journey. My favorite exercise is walking. I love walking. I always did like a lot of walking, and it feels better when you walk without all that extra weight on you. So that's my favorite exercise, is walking and everything, because of the excess weight that I drop, and I got the more energy when I walk again. Also, I have ankle weights. I have 10-pound ankle weights, 5 for each weight, but I don't use all. You can resist you can take away some of the resistance of the weights now. So I like these type of ankle weights, and I have a 8-pound or 8 pounds inches like a body weights that I put over my shoulders, and I have on my body that I wear daily, 5 days a week at work and everything. So it's a lot of things I'm doing besides just eating better, just eating meat. Now, the biggest challenge on this carnivore diet is not me eating meat. The challenge is my beverages, because I don't like bland beverages. What do I mean by bland? I don't like nothing without a taste to it. And that's one tradition I'm having a problem with, is having some type of sweetener in my coffee and in my teas, because that's allowable in my diet. It might not be every meat eater's diet, but it's allowable in mine, because I go by what my body contains, not everybody else that eats all meat. So you got a lot of police out there that's looking at your diet, carnivore police on YouTube. So I don't tell everybody my business all the time. This is my personal carnivore diet, and I use sweeteners. Now, I mentioned last week, I'm trying to eliminate certain sweeteners. I got rid of my Splenda yesterday. And I don't think Splenda would have hurt me, even though I know the bad things. I didn't know Splenda had a lot of had other regular sugar in. I did not know that, and I like the taste of Splenda. I got rid of way before that Equal. I never did like Sweet and Low, and Splenda was the last sweetener that I eliminated from my beverage diet. Remember, I'm carnivore, all meat diet when it comes to food, but when it comes to beverages, I'm ketovore, or more keto. I'm not as strict like a lot of carnivores. Dieters, that's all meat dieters. That's basically water and carbonated water and things like that. And I'm still a sweetener, so I'm going to continue to be a sweetener. Now, I went towards black coffee now, and I don't like the bland and the bitter taste of black coffee. So what I done, I put a little butter in, and I heard other people say add a little salt. So I add a little salt on my coffee, and that did make it a little better. Not the best, but it made it a little better. So I was still researching on a certain non-dairy, no sugar, no additive junk, especially that maltodextrin type of crap, which I heard is dangerous. And I look at my labels and I see what's in it before I buy a creamer. It has to be, number one, no sugar. Has to be no corn syrup, none of that starchy junk, no maltodextrin, none of that stuff. It has to be dairy free, because of my lactose problem and some dairy problems when it come to dairies. So I finally found one. I'm going to try it out when I try some coffee, because I'm not a coffee addict, but I like the taste of coffee. It wasn't so much for energy, and energy things start coming later. I started feeling, maybe because of the weight loss. But as far as that, I was just like the taste of coffee. So I'm still going to drink coffee for now, and I like my teas. But this is what happened. I know I'm jumping everywhere. I'm just trying to tell you about how my week went. I have certain teas that I choose to drink now. It's cinnamon, chamomile, green tea, and a new tea that I drink now called hibiscus, I believe. Hibiscus. And hibiscus has a very cranberry taste. It's pretty good. Now, in order for me to drink these teas, I have to have a sweetener. Now, that's a strong word saying have to. No, I don't have to, but I like to have a sweetener, because you never have to have a sweetener. I'm a taste person, so I still am addicted, and I'm not set, and I'm not, feel ashamed to say that, to a sweet taste or some type of sweetener added to my teas and my coffee. Will I ever drink it bland? I don't know, but I don't think so, man, because it's not going to affect me. It's not going to raise my blood sugar. Some dieters and carnivore eaters are extreme. And, you got some of them that say they do this to you, they do that to you. And a little bit of that is true. Or you got some extreme carnivore dieters that says plants will kill you and plants are meant to kill you, which I very much disagree with that. But you got a lot of extreme out there that don't eat nothing but meat and water. That's their choice, because they look at it as they are animal. I'm not an animal. And I'm not a carnivore. See, when you call yourself a carnivore, you're basically calling yourself an animal. I understand the metaphor, but basically to me, it seems like you're calling yourself an animal. I am not an animal. I'm a human. I'm a human being. I'm not an animal. God created me a human. So I'm not an animal. I heard somebody made some type of statement that, you don't see animals using sweeteners and stuff like that. Yes. That's an animal, clown. I'm not an animal. You're not an animal. It's that evolution type of thinking that a lot of these meat eaters or carnivore eater dieters mean well. They look at things like they are often an animal. And you can never be an animal. If you want to be an animal so bad, just eat the majority of raw meat. Go out there and just start ripping up a lot of flesh and just start eating to see how long and how far you go. You're not an animal, but I get the metaphor. I eat all meat. Not every meat that's on the earth, the eatable meat for the human body that was nutritionist rise. Not dogs, rats, and cats. I say that there's not nothing nutritional about eating that. I don't care what country you're from. I'm talking about the eatable that God made that we can eat. Okay, so basically, I'm still on the elimination based when it comes to my sweeteners. And I'm putting a lot of emphasis on that today because I want to give you an update. So what did I get rid of all my Splendor? And right now I'm just down to stevia. I always do my research, and that means sometimes I'm on YouTube too much researching and looking at things because I really want to be healthy. As close as 90% or 95% healthy as I can. I don't think nobody's 100% healthy. Maybe 85 is closest, because how much damage the food industry has done to our bodies. And I'm going to get into that in the next several shows, how the food industry stopped anyone from being 100% perfect on this earth, far as health-wise. No one could never be 100% perfect, period, because we are in imperfect vessels. I don't care how physical and fit you look, there's an ailment or an issue that's not perfect that's in any so-called perfect person. So people, stop trying to be perfect, just be healthy, okay? Especially a believer, stop trying to be perfect. And stop trying to find a perfect diet. There's no such thing as a perfect diet. No matter how good this diet is, and it is good, especially for the obese, it's not perfect. People fail on this diet, in which they don't talk about a lot. More succeed, but people fail. It's a very restrictive diet. That's why I rather recommend keto, because there's more varieties that you can eat. And it's more the right keto diet, not these keto candies and gummies and chocolate. All right, that's fake. That ain't got nothing to do with being in ketosis. It's just to make money and advertise. That's why they sell that stuff so high. See, you notice this, a keto Snickers is probably $2 or $3 higher than a regular junk food Snickers. One is sold lower, so you can buy it more. The other ones sell high, so you think you're getting better nutrition, but you're not. So don't forget about the keto and the Atkins bars and all that net carb stuff. I'm talking about a real keto diet. So I'm going to start getting more into that. What works for me? Then you go from there and everything in the next episode of Body of Christ Real Talk. Until next time.